Help me out here, people. Help me out. Now, most tech-savvy people know that as of today, December 19th, 2019, there are mainly 3 frame rates you can choose to film in. No matter what the camera, action camera, DSLR, smartphone, it's mainly you're going to film in 24, 30, or 60 frames per second. Now, I am mystified by the amount of people that choose to film in 24 frames per second. I hear people say, I like the motion blur it gives. It's more cinematic. It's more artistic. It's easier to color grade. To that I say, what the f***, dude? Now I can deal with 30 frames per second on a computer screen, but 24 just really irritates the piss out of me. 60 is just so much better. It just makes everything come alive, like you're actually there. You don't even need a well-trained eye to tell the difference. Any typical person off the street should be able to tell the difference between 24, 30, and 60. Yet I see people all the time choosing to film in 4K 30 over 4K 60 or 1080p 60. I myself would take 1080p 60 over 4K 30 any day of the week. Matter of fact, I would take 720p 60 over 4K 30. I would even take 480p 60 frames per second over 4K 30. Hell, I would even take 1 pixel 60 frames per second over 4K 30. I just feel like frame rate is more important than resolution. I like that buttery smooth look of the 60 frames per second over that jittery, flickery thing going on with 24 and 30. When I'm watching a YouTube video that's recorded in 60 frames per second, it makes me want to pull out the popcorn. Maybe even a soda, some Milk Duds, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. But when the video is recorded in 30 frames per second, it makes me want to pull out the broccoli and maybe a cup of water and just sit there and watch that cheesy ass video. And when the video is recorded in 24 frames per second, it makes me want to pull out a can of dog food with no water, just dog food. So, fellow YouTubers, I implore you to make that switch to 60 frames per second. Throw away your VCRs, your vacuum tube TVs, your station wagons, and embrace the new technology. By the way, this video you are watching now was recorded in 60 frames per second, so make sure your YouTube settings are correct so it can display it properly. So tell me down in the comments section below, are you a popcorn, broccoli, or dog food type person? I'm curious.